Okay, we're looking at what I've called your money, stroke my money, and we start with a song. Praising the Lord always, praising the Lord always, praising the Lord with all my heart, praising the Lord with all my heart, always. Hallelujah, hallelujah, the Lord is good. Hallelujah, the Lord is good. It's good to me. Okay, money in marriage, in some instances, can actually be the elephant in the room and can be the bane of marriages. And that's why we need to talk about some of these issues. I know that traditionally in the past, men were seen as providers because, of course, um, because of their strength, especially because some of the activities in the past involved brute strength. Men were able to then provide for their families, while the women, were engaged in activities that didn't really bring in too much. And so they depended a lot on their husbands. And so the attitude then was, my husband's money is our money. Whatever it is that I make is for me, myself, and I. But society has changed. Women empowerment has taken over, which is a very good thing. It needs to be commended. Because when a woman's outlook has changed, she's very well educated. This also impacts positively on the children and set them on a very good path to resounding success. So and in some instances, women are not just coming to their own; they're able to take care of themselves. And of course, that also brought the attitude of why, what do I need a man in my life for? You know, and even those that are in relationship or in marriages, some of them earn more than their husbands. But sometimes the attitude has not changed in terms of money, because it's almost like ingrained that the man is supposed to provide for the family. But you are basically earning, there are two incomes in the family, and you're still expecting your husband to still do the provision, pay the school fees, pay the rent, pay the mortgage, pay off his car, and you just take care of only your own vehicle. Maybe you are paying off that particular vehicle. You can't be bothered with the mortgage. You can't be bothered with the children's fees because that's the job of a man. And of course, you still expect to be treated a lot differently in the home. You want your voice to still be heard, even though you're not making such a financial contribution. This goes both ways. But I know usually the major problem is because of the way society was set up originally. So you still have women that have that kind of a mentality. And this is really what I wanted to address in this particular podcast. Let's look at the biblical perspective. If you look at Ruth chapter 1, verse 16, I know it's used in marriage, but it's basically a mother-in-law and a daughter-in-law. Entreat me not to leave you or to you know, go back from following you. But wherever you go, I will go. Where you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God my God. This is a total commitment. And this is from a daughter-in-law to a mother-in-law. How much more in terms of marriage? So the best thing really is to have a joint account where both of you keep money and you make decisions about how you're going to spend that money. If this is not going to be possible, then you need to share that responsibility, financial responsibility, so that everybody makes a contribution. Because clearly, I know this is used a lot in trying to solicit for people to donate to the church, but it also has general application. Proverbs 11:24. There is it that scattereth and yet increaseth, and there is it that withhold them more than is meet and tended to poverty. Sometimes maybe the reason why you lost that job, the reason why you're not doing well in terms of your career is because you're not making any contribution. You know. So and God is a fair judge. If someone is being put under so much pressure, you are earning money, you have a very fat bank account, now you lose your job and you're wondering what is happening. This might actually be the reason. You're not making the contribution they're supposed to be making, and this scripture is coming to pass in your life. Let's avoid that kind of behavior. Let's make contributions in terms of the family, both parties, so that you can come and enjoy God's blessing and have peace